you want to win more games in zero build. So today I'm going to let you get a look inside my mind on how I'm able to win games consistently. If you apply everything I'm showing you in this video, you will not only see drastic improvements in your normal games, but you will learn skills and strategies that will improve your chances of winning ranked matches and even tournaments. I come from a different BR where I won a huge amount of top tier tournaments and only recently switched to Fortnite. But implementing my strategies made me climb from bronze to elite in literally just 4 days of playing Fortnite. So I think I have a unique perspective on how to approach BR games that worked out insanely well for me over the years. My goal is to become the best together with you guys. So what I'm gonna do is jump straight into a game that I won with a good amount of eliminations, and mainly by using the strategies and skills I want to show you made me win a match that would have been lost for sure if I didn't play according to my own plan. The perfect showcase match. What I like to do is drop slightly outside of a hot drop, which will allow me to get some basic loot and most importantly shield before getting into my first fight. It is important that you play aggressive in general because you want to get to the vault as soon as possible, and of course best case also get a mythical weapon. I can recommend dropping either close to Lavish Lair for the mythic auto shotty or next to fencing fields for Nisha Striker AR. That is exactly what I did here. I dropped right next to the windmill, which is super close to fencing fields. I do also have a couple barrels in the little windmill town that I dropped in. As soon as I was done with that, I took the zip line to this little farm building, and as I showed you guys in my hotspot analysis of fencing fields, these come with 5 barrels, meaning before I get into any trouble I'm already full shield. I have a shotgun, I have a striker AR and even a sniper rifle. Knowing that I'm for sure ahead of anybody dropping fencing field, I make sure I use my positional advantage to third party whoever is already fighting here. This is exactly what happens. I catch a guy here for only 50 damage, but still, this plus the fact that he just came out of the fight makes it easy for me to finish this guy off without losing much shield at all. The AI damaged me a little bit there, but I made sure to back out for the moment, as I don't know how many other people are in fencing fields at the moment. Do not go for the boss too early, as you will get third partied. This is why I keep rotating around here and absolutely make sure I'm alone with the boss before I even attempt to do any damage to the boss. I get rid of the ads first before I decide it's time to go back for the boss. As I'm doing the boss, I hear a car coming in, and guys, you have to be ready for this. This will happen all the time. People want to third party you while you're doing the boss. I position myself so that I can get easily into cover, which is exactly what I did. And again, since I did the hotspot analysis on fencing fields, I know this place inside out. So I know if I break the roof right here, I'm gonna get an insane angle on this guy. I go out and he's right there. He has no clue where I'm coming from, since I came literally out of the ground, and I kill him without any problems at all. Perfect example of how knowing the map gives you a gigantic advantage. Now that I know everybody is dead here, I'm going for Nisha. I take the medallion, I take Nisha Striker AR, and I'm ready to go into the vault. Notice that while I rotate over, I'm still being careful. I hear a lot of steps and I can't know for sure that it's only AI, so I stick around for a moment to look what's happening. After I go into the vault, I save time by quickly destroying the floor, giving me all the loot in the vault before I quickly upgrade my sniper rifle. Notice that if you press H instead of clicking on buy and equip, purchasing upgrades goes way faster than if you wouldn't do it. After successfully surviving the early game, I want to go and grab a car to start chasing down other people with medallions. But as I'm doing that, I hear somebody on the zip line. I got lucky, it was just a bot, so it was no problem at all getting rid of it. However, of course, also helped that I had my upgraded sniper rifle. The mid game always begins once you leave your first POI, and best case you leave it in a car. Cars are absolute key this season, as they are basically a portable bunker with infinite uses and movement at the same time. Just think about how good this is as an item. Of course, the big advantage as well is that you can easily rotate through the map, which is exactly what I do at this point. I'm looking out for the medallion that I see is up at Lavish Lair. Keep in mind, they also know your position at this point if you have a medallion. So what I do again is I do not rush straight in. Always try to get a range advantage first. Once I spotted a guy on the roof, I wait for the perfect moment and hit him with a headshot. And because I played it safe, because I didn't rush in, I get the LM without losing even a single point of HP and my second medallion, and also the mythic auto shotgun. I really like doing this. Either drop Lavish Lair on right on fencing fields and then rotate to the other. Take out the other guy with the other mythic weapon, so I have both mythic weapons and 2 medallions. Also, I got lucky and got a grapple blade. In my opinion, supreme movement for this season, simply for the sake of consistency. I do never want to run out of shockwave grenades, and I can't run out if I don't don't use them. If you simply want supreme movement, go for the shockwave grenades. But if you feel like you often run out, don't go for them. I know my car is almost used up, so I go for a different car. Since I want a fresh tank, keep in mind, if you spam boost too much, you will quickly run out of fuel. And I continue with my strategy. On the map, I can see people are fighting in Reckless Railways. And not just any people, it's 2 people with medallions. I know these guys are my top priority this game, as they won the other hotspot drops. I know if I can get rid of them, I not only have 4 medallions, but I also got rid of the other best players in the lobby. Look at how I'm really trying to figure out what the best angle is to take this fight. Do never just blindly rush into fights. This is the easiest way to get third partied, and getting third partied is the easiest way to lose games. I'm trying to find different angles here. First, I go on the roof, as it is the highest spot in Reckless Railways. But as the zone comes in, I realize I have to keep moving on the other roofs, and this is where Magmas stand. I spot the guy jumping on the plaza and go in for another big flick to the head, taking out the next guy. I have to be a little bit careful here, as I see there's 1 more medallion on a different player here, as well as shots straight ahead. What I do is I quickly grab the medallion and back out. I saw the guy, but again, instead of going straight to him, I try to get a better angle on him that allows me to get damage on him before he damages me. Another quick LM, but it was not the medallion guy. Seeing this, I instantly go for the car, as this guy 100% knows my position right now. He must have heard the fight, and he's close enough to get a huge advantage on me. So I just back out and try to figure out a new way to take the fight. And as I said before, cars are key this season. So I go into the next car, and I know crossing this bridge is an absolute nightmare. So I do it as early as possible. At this point, I see this guy sniping on the hill. So I try my luck and try to get a snipe in. Pay attention to how I do not keep peeking the same spot over and over, as this will guarantee a very easy headshot for my enemy. I don't like going for these 50-50 fights at all, but I try one more time, hit a decent body shot snipe, which I use to make a rotation in the zone. Looking at the timer, I see I have half a minute before I have to start rushing towards the zone, and I want to make sure that I can gatekeep this guy. And because of this play, this guy had no other option than try to go the long way, and he ended up dying to the zone. I got rid of this guy without even shooting him, simply by good positioning and good movement. To make sure this doesn't happen to me, I grab a car before getting into the zone, and we have officially reached the end game. In end games, you generally play way differently than early to mid game. You want to avoid as many fights as possible. However, if you can find a free kill, of course go for it. Playing zone is most important here. Best case, you took over a tower earlier. However, I couldn't find one this game. So what my play is right here is I look at the future zone, and as soon as the zone starts moving, I will take the prime position in the new zone. If I go to the best position in the current zone, I can be sure there's already a player there. And the exact opposite, I can be sure there's no enemy on this high ground right here, as it just got into the zone. And what happens? I know somebody else wants to push me, but I have the perfect position to hit him with an easy headshot. Another guy dead without losing a single point of HP. I hear a snipe in my general direction and instantly take cover in the car, as nobody will be able to one-shot me through the windows of my car. The first snipe has to break the windows first. And this again shows the absolute power of cars in the late game. I see that the next zone is super far away, so I rush over. I'm trying to get some info on the last remaining 3 enemies, and while I'm doing my circles up here on this high ground, another guy arrives in a car. Sadly for me, he does not value his life at all and wants to confront me in a full-on fight. I don't take him on head-on again. I try to get in distance and get a snipe in, but sadly, exactly on my position, I find one of the 2 remaining other players. I thought I'm fine here since I'm not in the next zone yet. However, I did get unlucky, but again, my car saves the day. If I didn't have the car here, I am dead 100%. It ends up exploding here, getting me down to 40 HP, and another shot mid-air gets me down to 26 HP. Some quick and good movement gets me out of harm's way, and I find the best position in the next zone, where I know nobody can have an angle on me yet. I use this to heal back up and be safe for the moment. I spotted a supply box to the left, and as soon as I hear shots, I know the attention is no longer on me, and I quickly grapple over, get 2 floppers, and back to full HP. My eyes are back on the future zone. I see I will have to rotate, and I know my enemies are to my right. So of course, I go left, trying to avoid as many people as possible. And here I get this absolutely nasty angle on this guy, until I realize, oh, that's just an NPC. Thankfully, I'm pretty good at sniping, and hit the guy with the next 2 snipes, making it a 1v1. This zone is super rough, as there's almost no cover, but thankfully my enemy decided to fly in on me. I hear him in the air, try a snipe, get 1 116 damage on him with my mystical AR before he even hits the ground, before I finish him with my auto shotgun. I really like this game because it really showcased perfectly how good decision making trumps anything else. There were a couple very critical moments in this match, and thankfully I decided the right way, which ended up getting me the victory. Guys, I put a lot of effort into this video. I'm sure if you use these skills and strategies, you will see improvement on your own games. This was my first time attempting such a video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm still a very small YouTube channel and I'm trying to change that. If you want more of this, I had an absolute blast making this. Let me know in the comments below and I might make this a new series on my channel.